If you're ready to create your own podcast, you're going to need to be able to record audio files. To do that, I recommend downloading a program called Audacity. This is a free program that is available for Windows, Mac, and even Linux users. So hit the button below this video to take you to this page where you can download the version that is right for you. Once you've downloaded it, be sure to install that program and open it up. When you open that program, you should see a screen that looks something like this. This is the basic form of Audacity. Before we start recording, I want to make sure that you have the proper microphone input set. To check this, look at the upper left-hand corner by this little microphone icon. There should be a drop-down box. Most of you will probably have the built-in microphone selected by default, but if you have purchased and installed an external microphone, like I highly recommend, you want to make sure that that microphone is selected. For me, all of my sound is routed through my Rodecaster Pro, so I have that selected and we're good to go. Now we need to create an actual audio file. To do this, we just click on the record button in the upper left-hand corner. This is the square button with the red circle in it. Welcome to Matt's Magical Hour. I am your host, Matt Sonnenberg, and I'm here to teach you how you can make your own podcast in less than an hour. I'll show you how to record, edit, export, and upload your audio files, as well as create podcast artwork, add metadata, and get your brand new show listed in all the podcast directories so that your adoring fans can find and listen to your show. So stick around, trust the process, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button on your way out. When you're done recording whatever it is you want to record, you can hit the square stop button up here. Now, obviously, a few things were recorded that I didn't want to record, such as this ending section right here. So I'll show you very quickly some basic editing moves. I'm just going to go into the actual recording area, click and drag to select the area, and I'll hit the delete key. That gets rid of the section that I didn't want. There's a section here in the middle where I misspoke. To double check, I can click in the record area and click the play button. So stick around, trust the process, and don't forget to hit the subscribe. And yes, that is indeed the area that I misspoke. So once again, I'm going to click and drag and hit the delete key. Simply get rid of that section that I don't want. Now I'm going to show you one more trick quickly here. You can see at the beginning and in between these sections, there's a little bit of silence in there. And I don't want that in my final recording. But instead of going and trying to remove all that manually, especially when you have a longer recording, you don't want to take the time to remove every single little bit of silence manually. So I'm going to select all of the audio by clicking on the select button in the lower left here, and then go up to Effect and Truncate Silence. This is one of the best features out there for podcasters, and not enough people are using it. The first two numbers here are going to qualify what silence is. So you're going to set a decibel level and a time limit. So I'm saying anything that is below -40 decibels for at least half a second, that qualifies as silence. That's what I'm calling silence, and I want to get rid of that. Now, these two numbers here, you're going to have to play around with in your recording a little bit. Using my numbers may not work for you. It depends on your setup and your voice and how you want things to sound. So you can start with these numbers, but if it doesn't sound right after you use them, feel free to change it. But then the third number you need to play around with is a time as well. I'm saying anything that qualifies as silence, I want it to just make 0.3 seconds long. So basically, if it comes across a section like this section up here from roughly 32 to 34 seconds in the recording, that's more than half a second of silence. It's going to take these 2 seconds and truncate it down to 0.3 seconds. So I'm just going to click OK with my settings and let it do its thing. Super fast. Even with a longer recording, it's only going to take a few minutes. So now I have my recording here. I removed all my silence. I just have the actual words that I want to release to my audience. So now it's time to export, but I'm going to save that for the next video. So go ahead, make your first audio file, edit out the sections that you don't want, and then we'll be ready to export your file.